2 years ago, I found out that the man that raised me wasn't my biological father. When I was in school, people would come up to me and say that they were my family members and that they were related to my father and that they knew my real father. And I'd be like, I don't even know you. I live with my real father. You're crazy. And I'd go and tell my mom about it, and she said to ignore them, that they are crazy. And there was one girl in high school, she kept telling me she was my cousin. I ignored her completely until I slept over my friend's house one night. She was like, I know that your father you grew up knowing is not your real father. So I called the girl that said she was my cousin. She gave me my father's number. I was on the phone with him and it was weird. I felt awkward and he kept saying, oh, I love you, I want to kiss you. And it's just like, I don't know you, I don't feel comfortable hearing those things. The day I went to my mom and I told her that I knew, she came upstairs and asked me what was wrong because I've been acting weird toward her. I can't know. And she said, when you were a baby, your father hurt you in a way a father shouldn't hurt their child. And I just started crying because I knew what she meant. And it's disgusting. I'm ready to face my fears of being next to him. I want to look Francisco in the eye and I want him to tell me exactly what happened and not hold anything back.
Tricia, that's your daughter on the tape. What happened when she was 6 weeks old?
Her father sexually assaulted her. I came home from doing laundry, and I opened the door, and as soon as I opened the door, always go with your motherly instinct, because it's there. I wish I had, because as soon as I walked in that door, I had a tidal wave of emotion hit me, warning me. And when I walked into the bedroom and passed my daughter, it was irradiating from her body. She was pale. I walked into the room and he's laying on the bed and he's pretending to be sleeping, and I knew, and I said, what's up, what are you doing? And I'm joking around with him, and he sat up on the bed, and right there I was like, oh, something's odd with him, something's not right. And he just put his head down and put his hand to his forehead and said the baby, and right away I knew everything that I felt when I walked in that door was a warning sign. So I ran over to the crib and I'm screaming, what's wrong? What are you talking about? And all he said was her diaper. And when I opened up her diaper, I was mortified because there was dried blood. And if you know, I'm sure you have children.
I do.
When a woman gives birth, they give her an episiotomy. And they give her an incision to make the birth easier. Well, my daughter was tore there. And I just screamed, what'd you do to my baby? And he just kept saying, it's not what you think. And I said, what do you mean it's not what I think? What did you do to her? We have to get her to a hospital. And he said, no, they'll think wrong. I said, what do you mean they'll think wrong? What did you do to my kid? You have to go get somebody. His relative lived a block away. He goes, he gets his relative. Now, mind you, as he's gone, I'm scurrying around the house. She's just a little thing, 9 pounds. She was always olive complected.
I mean,
very,
again,
very
we're
nice color.
6 weeks old.
Very nice color to her. She was very pale. Her lips were very pale. And I look at her and I'm like, she's not in her same clothes that I left her in. And I go in the bathroom and I look, and her clothes are all in the sink soaking in soap and water. And I thought, that bastard is washing her clothes. He's trying to get rid of evidence. So he finally comes back with his relative, and we go to the hospital, and we go to the triage nurse, and I was just so in shock. I didn't even know what to say, and I pointed to him, and I said, go to him for the answers. And so they eventually get us a room. her pediatrician is called, and she more or less told me that the wounds inflicted on my daughter were from penetration.
I miss my daughter. I want to be with her. I want to show her that all these accusations are wrong. And I want to be able to talk with her and let her know where I was wrong and just try to be a father. When we got to the hospital, I admitted to my wrongdoings. They arrested me. I went to prison for 6 years. I was never charged for a sex crime. I was never charged with anything with that. So the only ones labeling me is Tricia and her family. Angel, I love you. I always did, never stopped. I made one mistake, but I never molested you. I want to be the father I'm supposed to be, and I'm willing to just take that chance.
See, you are a lying piece of. You need to admit
You're the
you
liar.
are sick
I admitted
and
to
get
my
help.
wrongdoing.
What did you do?
Well, I made this. She was crying, and I made the mistake, to hit her. I mean, it was.
You hit
It was
her.
a mistake.
You hit her how?
I just hit her in the
You slapped her?
Yeah.
In where?
right on the behind.
On her behind.
Yes.
6 weeks
So
old.
wait a second. You're telling me you went to prison for 6 years for slapping a child on the butt?
That's it.
Happening. This is what was filed. These are a fact-finding hearing, and it says, respondent, you volunteered for this, intelligently and knowingly admitted in open court that on or about April 22nd, 1993, you physically abused the child and that you punched the child and had sexual contact with the child in violation of penal law. Are you scared?
No, I'm not.
You're not?
I'm not.
I mean, because if you were, it would be a normal reaction.
I'm not. I just really, I want to know, because there are children around him. And you never know
Right.
if when he has
Are you ready to
grandkids
face
or
him?
anything. Yeah, I'm ready.
Because if it happened to her, it could have happened to my children too.
Right. If he,
Because a sex offender never changes his style.
if he did it, well, we're going to find out. 21 years ago is a long time.
Exactly.
He could be changed. Maybe, he got out of prison and said, I'm never doing that again. Right? I mean, he could possibly had a child with you and said, I made that mistake once, I'm never doing that again. He's saying he didn't do it, but I don't believe it because I don't think he went to jail, and it said in court that he admitted to it. In the papers of court, it says he admitted to sexual abuse. I don't think, hold on, I don't think they're making that up. You know what I mean? I don't think they're throwing guys in
They
jail.
have connections out there.
She was,
Yes.
was 19
This
years old.
story started with.
Francisco, you came here and took a lie detector test. We asked her, did you sexually molest Angel when she was 6 weeks old? You answered no, and the results for your lie detector test is that you did not tell the truth. If there was any doubt in your head before, there should be none now.
I'm just happy that now his wife sees. Her eyes are finally open after so long.
Even though you did your time, you could do this again. Because if you could do it with a 6-week-old man, who could you do it with? You disgust me. Get the hell off my stage.
I was never going to give him a chance unless I knew.
She
Yeah.
knows I'm 100%. I'm
Right.
not. She knows.
Good luck to you, and I hope
Thank
all
you.
the best for you. Thanks for coming out. Thank you. I want you to tell him to tell you the truth.
Detective said something else, babe. Please, this is 13 years we got invested.
Dude, you would never stand up in a court of law and say you did it, and you failed this lie detector test 3 times miserably. Miserably. The woman loves you, but she wants the truth.
Trust me, that's my word to my younger daughter. I never molested Angel. Never. It never happened. I made my mistake by hitting her, but I never molested her.
You want to keep telling that story? I don't believe
not
it.
worry about the story no more. Let me just.
My name is Steve Wilkos, and I'm an investigative talk show host with a law enforcement background.
It was my life or his.
My job is to get truth and justice for everyday people. Watch our videos now.